Yes, Castanomians. Wasn't planning on doing live stream right now because I know I already did a live stream at the airport, but I was kind of just sat here. I've got, oh man, I'm so incoherent. Is that yeah? I've like not slept for 24 hours, but I just wanted to get this video out to you because a part of me felt like because of the difference in time zones, I still wanted to get the daily live out to you boys today, even though in my mind I've already done it. But yeah, it's just my OCD pedantic mentality. I just want to give you both a shitload of fucking value. So yeah, the title of this. Oh, by the way, I'm in London. So made it here. It was really funny actually. I got into like around Liverpool Street in London, and I was walking towards Brick Lane, and this guy just stopped me, and he was like, "Christian." I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Bro, I watch your videos. Can we get a picture together?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." Like, I was just my head was just like so like frazzled from all the traveling, but got to make time for the Casanovians, right? So anyway, I've titled this one how to go on multiple dates this week. So what I want to do is give you boys a tried and tested, proven formula that you can implement this week to start going on multiple dates. So let's just get straight into it. So if you want to go, like if you want to be going on multiple dates, then you need to be approaching. I would say you want to be approaching 30 girls at a minimum. All right. The more we open, the more we close. If you imagine that you close, like if one in every 10 of those girls you go on a date with, then that's a good return on investment. All right. So obviously you can do more, but I really want you boys to be focusing on quality over quantity. Yeah. Like there's a difference between an approach and a conversation. And it's not about counting your approaches, it's making your approaches count. And the way we make our approaches count is by turning our approaches into quality conversations. Yeah. It's really the conversations that lead to the date. Yeah. It's not just like you don't want to just be one of those guys who's going out just approaching, yeah, just going over and being like, "Hi, excuse me, you look good. What I noticed about you was," and she's like, "Bye." Like having that approach number in mind, like 30 approaches, that's good to hold you accountable. So you know you're gonna be putting yourself into those conversations. But really, if you want to be going on multiple dates a week, then it's about transmuting, that's the wrong word. It's about taking those approaches and turning them into quality conversations, right? So that when you leave that conversation, you've built bulletproof investment. The girl wants to see you again. You've give her a compelling reason why she wants to see you again. And this leads on to our next point, which is during, and this is like so important. So make a note of it. During that initial conversation, you want to plan the details of the date. All right. Like if you're someone who at the moment is getting a lot of flaky numbers and you're collecting numbers but they don't seem to be going anywhere, then this is something that I learned which dramatically reduced my flake rate. The reason being is because people are less likely to bail on a plan which they've already made, yeah, which they've already agreed to. Because I guarantee that what you're doing at the moment is once you've got the number, you're just evacuating, you're just fucking off like some stealth ninja, like job done, right? So really what you want to do is once you've got her number or her Instagram, you want to just stay in that conversation, right? You want to plan out the details of the date, and the more specific, the better. And ideally, you want to invite her into something that you've already got planned. Like the plans are already in motion. The date is not dependent on her inclusion. Does that make sense? It's like Zamperon always says, women don't want to be the adventure. They want to be invited into the adventure. So let's say, I don't know, there's a new wine bar which has just opened in London, all right? And I say to the girl that I'm speaking with, "Oh, there's this wine bar, it's brand new, I want to go check it out. Do you like red or white wine?" Great. That's where we're going to go to. And then on the text, yeah, on the text that I send, I'm going to use that as a callback reference. All right, so just to recap, because I know that's a lot of information, you want to be aiming to get 30 approaches in this week, focusing on quality over quantity. So making sure you're turning your approaches into quality conversations, yeah, which get the girl invested, which build bulletproof investment, make her want to see you again. And then to reduce your flake rate, so you actually get the multiple dates and you don't just get the William Flakespeare, plan out the details of the date in the conversation. So have something that you're already doing or something that you would like to do. So maybe you want to go check out the British Museum. Maybe you've got a strange affinity towards axe throwing. Or maybe you've got, this is really good as well. Maybe you've got a social event lined up with some of your friends and then you can invite her to this event. So I don't know, maybe you and your friends had planned on going ice skating, right? Just as an example. And then you can invite Susie to come ice skating, and then you can be like, bring your friends as well, right? And then what this does, this social engineering, it takes it from this perpetual lone wolf, pretty creepy guy who just going around doing his approaches. This guy's actually got a life outside of this, and this is where the multiple dates come from, right? This is how you actually convey value and character and present yourself as someone that this girl wants to have in her life. It's you're finding fulfillment in many things. Yeah, you're finding fulfillment beyond the feminine, and she is an added bonus, right? Like beautiful women are a beautiful byproduct of a beautiful life. So yeah, just make sure that you've actually got things going on outside of this, because then getting multiple dates is actually a lot easier because you're actually then less dependent on the dates for your overall satisfaction, right? I've talked about living in this state of abundance and having an abundant lifestyle. Like abundance, it's not just an abundance of women, it's an abundance of everything. Yeah, like having multiple things to look forward to. And then if you do get a flake, then it's easier to stomach because, oh, I'm going to the gym. I'm going to be going out with my friends. I've got another 5 girls that I can text to come out on this date as well. So yeah, that's a lot of sauce. Sorry, it's getting a little bit dark, but it's a mouse. Still got the audio. I've made notes on the laptop as well. But yeah, just drop the live stream a like if that's been useful for you. Sick. There we go. That's better. So yeah, inviting her into something that you've already got planned, and what I recommend as well. And this is, I wouldn't say it's more advanced, but when it comes to the actual texting, I recommend that you get comfortable sending voice messages. All right. Like I know a lot of guys feel weird about sending voice messages, but for whatever reason, I've found that sending voice messages reduce my flake rate and make it seems to get the girl, make her more likely to come out on the date. I think there's some sort of like soothing connection which happens over voice. And also I think it's the audacity as well. Like not only have you had the balls to go over to her stone cold sober on the street, but now you're pinging her voice messages. And also the beauty about voice messages to schedule dates is you can convey intonation, tonality. Like sometimes if you're just texting, words can be misinterpreted. Like when I'm speaking, I can express myself better. So let's say you've met a girl, you've talked about going to the wine bar. So those plans are now in motion. She's agreed on the spot to be going to this wine bar with you. And then the voice message that you send to her, it will use a callback reference to the date that the two of you planned in person, right? So let's say whatever she was called. Let's just pretend she's called Emily now. I forgot her first name. Emily, it's Kristian. Thanks for chatting me up earlier. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to being wined and dined at the wine bar. You'll have to let me know if you prefer red or white. What did you do for the rest of the day? Something like that, right? So do you understand? So I'm using the voice message as a callback reference to remind her of the plans that she's agreed to. And then, like we say, people are less likely to bail on plans that they've already made. Does that make sense? Like this is, in my experience, this is a bulletproof formula to getting multiple dates lined up in a week. So first of all, you obviously have to go out and you have to approach, right? You have to get the pipeline, the portfolio filled up, right? There's no getting away from that thing. But super important to be focusing on the quality over the quantity. Yeah, like having those quality conversations that get the girl invested. making plans during that initial conversation and then leveraging voice messages to solidify the connection and just to continue that stream of audacity as well. Okay, so that's the basic framework. And if you implement these things, you're going to notice a massive difference in your overall flake rate and the amount of girls that you're able to get out on a day. Obviously, there's no guarantees with any of this stuff. Like, it is very much a lottery when we're going out there, and I think it's good to keep that in mind for yourself. Like, you could be doing everything right, but you could just be getting unlucky, right? You could be approaching girls who genuinely are in relationships. That's a crazy thing, actually, about cold approach, is you could just get really unlucky. You could just get really unlucky, and it can easily make you doubt your own sense of self-worth, because every girl that or 80% of the girls that you're speaking with is like, oh, I've got a boyfriend, I'm in a relationship, whatever. And then you start to think it's a you problem rather than a game problem. So yeah, just keep that in mind. I don't want you to get too deflated, especially if you are a complete beginner to this. Just understand that it is a lottery. But the more you open, the more you close, and the more batting experience you get, the more likely it is that you're actually going to be able to be getting these multiple dates lined up. Okay, so what else did I have written down? There was oh yeah, this is the important point. Okay, so obviously you want to be going on multiple dates a week, right? Like that. I would say that's most guys when they get involved with cold approach. I would say that's a common ambition, right? Like, you want to be going on multiple dates a week, have more romantic options than you know what to do with, just live in that sense of abundance, because it feels nice, right? It feels nice. That's what I got involved with cold approach. It actually, from when I started, I got my first dates from day game after 3 weeks. I actually got one after the other. Like, you'll find with this, it never rains, it pours. I have detailed my process for doing that. I sent it out as an email a long time ago. If you're on my email list, and I'll send it out because it's quite a good document. But yeah, it took me 3 weeks to essentially get the multiple dates. And what was I going to say? Fuck knows, can't remember. This is what 24 hours of no sleep does to you. But the most important question, right? The most important question to ask yourself is, do you believe right now that you've got what it takes to be going on multiple dates a week, right? Like, ask yourself that question. Like, do you think that you can actually go on multiple dates a week, right? Because unfortunately, the answer is no, right? Now, bear with me on this one, because that's going to trigger you, but it's a good type of triggering. Here's the way that I see it. If you could be going on multiple dates a week, you would already be doing it, right? So a better question to ask is, do you think you've got what it takes to become the sort of guy who can be going on multiple dates a week, right? Because if you already were that guy, you'd already be going on multiple dates a week. So what this demonstrates is there are blockages in our learning right now that we need to fix, right? We want to be taking action on a daily basis, which are investments into the identity that we want to embody. And this is why it's so key that you record the audio of your conversations. Because if you've been going out there, let's say for a month, and you've still not managed to get a date from Daytime Cold Approach, then the problem is most likely you, and you need to take radical responsibility for that. Okay, the best way to start is just by recording the audio. Record the audio of your conversation, because then you're going to get a point of reference in terms of where you're going wrong, okay? And if it's not the way that you're speaking, it's probably got something to do with the way you look or the way that you think, right? Like, you might be carrying a lot of baggage, emotional baggage, the perceived lack of self-worth, where you're experiencing failure in advance, or you actually might need to upgrade yourself. You might need to upgrade the way that you look, because yes, looks matter, but there's a big difference between being good looking and looking good. And it's within any man's power to build upon what he's been given to become the most fuckable version of himself. I'm living proof of that. And this is why I've put my free courses together. So once I come off this live stream, there'll be a link in the comments, and you'll be able to access both of my free courses. All right, so Conversation Killer teaches you how even the most introverted of guys can get started and start going on multiple dates a week from Daytime Cold Approach. And my most fuckable man course. So it's basically a looks maxing course, like the steps that I took to become more fuckable. So those courses really are an extension of the value that I'm giving in this live stream. So if you implement the lessons that I've shared here, right? So you aim to do 30 approaches a week, focus on quality over quantity, record the audio of your conversations. When you're in the conversations with the girls, make sure that you set up the date during that initial conversation. Why? Because people are less likely to bail on plans they've already agreed to. And then experiment with voice messaging, right? Like if you're able to send girls voice messages and you're able to send them confidently, then it sets you apart, right? It's like there's very few guys who are approaching girls and also sending voice messages. And the final nugget, right? The final nugget that I want to give you, and this is really cool, and it's something. So obviously I'm in London right now, and myself and Daniel are going to be filming like a Valentine's Day video. It's like getting a date for Valentine's Day, right? It's gonna be like just like a fun video. But one of the principles that I'm going to exercise in this video, and this is so unique that I want you to start using it. I call it transparency of action. Okay, transparency of action basically means that you are crystal clear as to why you're approaching the girl. So, as an example, when I'm making this Valentine's Day video, I'm just going to be going over to the girl and be completely transparent with my intentions, right? So, I'm just going to be going over to the girls. I'm going to say to them, listen, I've come out today, I've set myself a challenge that I need to find a beautiful girl to take on a date to, I don't know, I really want to go to Sushi Samba, so that's what we'll say. So I've come out today, I want to find a beautiful girl to take to Sushi Samba, because I don't agree with dating apps, I don't want to be going to nightclubs, I believe in organic face-to-face interaction. Do you see what I'm saying here? Basically just breaking the fourth wall. So it's nuanced rather than just going over and being like, hi, excuse me, you look really nice. It's, listen, I've come out today, I'm looking for a girl, a specific girl to take on a date to Sushi Samba. So like I've implemented what I'm saying here, like the plans are already in motion. I want to go get sushi and I've come out today and I've got a mission. I've got a mission in mind. This is what transparency of action is. It's just laying it all out on the table. It almost becomes like this like social freedom exercise in a way, where I'm just like, listen, I've come out today with a mission. I want to find a beautiful girl. And then she already knows that you're approaching a lot of girls. Like you don't need to hide after that. Does that make sense? I'm trying to articulate this as best I can, because I appreciate I'm not as coherent, but I just wanted to get another live stream with you boys because I just want to like fucking value. But like with transparency of action, she already knows that you're going to be approaching other girls. And then something that I'm going to say in the conversation, it's a little bit like, you ever watch The Apprentice with Alan Sugar, where it's like, you pick the phone up. It's like, you could be the lucky one, right? Like you could be the lucky girl who gets to come with me to get sushi. Does that make sense? So yeah, I think it's just a fun thing to experiment with. Like you can say to girls when you're going out, yeah, I've come out today because I want to get a date with a beautiful girl. I'm going to be approaching, I don't know, maybe 10 girls today. And I'm going to choose my favorite to go to this wine bar. You get what I'm saying? Like, this is just like audacious conversation, but it's the transparency of action. And it's very difficult to get annoyed by this because you're just laying it all out there. You're not hiding behind the agenda. You're not masquerading as this nice guy, like, like, oh, it's just you, like you're the only one. It's like, no, I'm going out today, I'm talking to a shitload of girls, maybe you'll be the lucky one. I think that is like super valuable. And also I feel as though it actually alleviates the anxiety, for me anyway. It alleviates the anxiety that I feel going into the approach, because it's like I'm being so transparent with my intent, I'm being so transparent with my action that it feels very freeing. Does that make sense? So yeah, this is my formula to be going on multiple dates a week. I'd recommend you watch this live stream back a couple of times because I've dropped a lot of sauce throughout this one. Make sure to drop this live stream a like if you have enjoyed it, and if you are enjoying the live streams, like I say, I'm doing them every single day, come rain or shine, even when I don't feel my best. I'm showing up for you boys, showing up for the Casanovians. And what I'm going to do as well, so you can get the free courses, I'll link them below. what I'm also going to do is I'll link this link in the description. So obviously myself and Ephraim, right? Myself and Ephraim, we're in Cyprus together. Now, it wasn't that long ago that Ephraim was a complete beginner to cold approach, right? He was a complete beginner. He was nervous as fuck to approach a girl stone cold sober during the day. And just after the first week of us working together, he'd already got multiple dates lined up. And the reason why I'm telling you this is to just give you massive amounts of optimism, right? Like, this is what I want these live streams to be, just your daily dose of optimism from Kristian, right? Like, Ephraim started off in the exact same position that you're probably in right now, right? A lot of self-limiting beliefs, thinking he's not this enough, he's not that enough, he's not whatever enough. Like, a lot of anxiety built up towards approaching girls. Didn't think that it was actually ever going to be possible for him. And then after us working together, he was able to be going on multiple dates a week, and it's all documented. So I'll link that in the description. So let's do this. The courses will be linked in the comments, and Ephraim's crazy transformation will be linked in the description. And I really want you to watch that video because it's going to show you what's possible. Like, it doesn't matter what your starting point is, it doesn't matter your race, it doesn't matter your height, it doesn't matter anything. All that matters is that you have a ruthless obsession and irrational faith in your own abilities, like who you can actually become. Yeah, like that's what it's about. It's about you becoming the guy who can be going on multiple dates a week. Yeah, and just write it down, like write an affirmation to yourself, like write about yourself in the third person. Like, let's say your name's Barry, like Barry goes on multiple dates a week with the most beautiful girls in his city. Then boom, start living that, speak that shit into existence. Pray as if it's already been done. Act as if, act as if, act as if. But yeah, this is the formula for going on multiple dates a week. I really hope you boys have enjoyed it. Done my best to get through this one. I probably didn't need to make this live stream, but I don't know. I just sat here and I was like, I just want to speak to the Casanovians. So hope you boys appreciate the effort. So yeah, all the links will be down below. Make sure to drop this stream a like if you've enjoyed it. I'm going to be going to sleep soon because I'm cream crackered. And then, yeah, next 4 days, it's going to be heavy amounts of London filming. Going to be getting some fresh infield content out to you boys. I just want to make the best cold approach content in the industry scene and just position myself as just a person who gives the most value, really. And that's just what I want to do. I just want to be the one who gives you the most value, just changes your life, and yeah, just makes the world a better place for you. So yeah, cool, nice one. Love you. I'll speak to you tomorrow. Look forward to the new infields, and then yeah, all the stuff will be down below. So just follow the links, get all my free shit. Watch Ephraim's crazy transformation. Ephraim, if you're watching this, fucking legend, bro. Cyprus, crazy. Looking forward to seeing you in Argentina. Okay, stay sexy.